Does your car or truck have this problem? Then stay tuned. I'll show you how you can fix it. Especially for the critics out there that like to criticize everything. So I'm going to let you know now that this job is not a professional job that would be done in a shop. I'm just showing you how I would do it at home. Main reason is to save money because paint shops charge a lot of money to do repairs like this. So don't expect the car to have a showroom look and finish if you do this. Just want to get that out of the way in case there's any critics out there that are gonna leave a comment down below that's rude and disrespectful. First thing you should do is put your blue painter's tape down to protect it from overspray. I got 3 pieces on the roof spread out, and then I got one there to protect the little trim that's painted there on the top of the doors. The windows aren't a big deal. If you get some on it, you can clean it off. First, you're going to want to start with a 150 or 220 sandpaper, and you want to be careful. Try not to dig down to the metal, because if you do, then you're going to have to use a metal primer. Don't expect to get all of the imperfections out with this method, unless you want to scratch all the way down to the bare metal. Here's what it looks like after sanding it with 150 sandpaper. When it's dry, start applying the primer. With the base coat, here's how it came out. Some overspray here where it was blended in. Like I said, it's not going to be a factory finish or a finish that was done at a paint shop. This is just so you can do it yourself, save some money. Well, actually save a lot of money, and so that your car looks decent, so it doesn't look like crap like it did before. Next step, to help to blend it in, especially over here, to blend that in, I'm going to use the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. And I talk about this stuff a lot. It's a great product. And since I talk about it so much, Meguiar should be sponsoring my videos, but they don't. Put some on the pad. Alright, then you come over and then you come to the car and start working it in. I'm going to start right here where it was blended. It's the main reason I want to polish this, to help to blend it better so it's not as noticeable that this was repaired. Don't let that run too dry because it will tear into the paint if there's no product on the pad. First, I'm going over where the paint blends together. and then I'll buff out the rest of it. There's no set amount of times for this, so you can go over it as much as you want, as long as you keep the product on the pad and don't run it dry. You can do that as much as you want to help to clean it up and look as good as possible. That might take some time. You might have to go over it up to like 10 times sometimes to get all this stuff off. There's no point in me showing you buffing the whole thing, so I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how to do this process. See here, there's still a line there. That should come out and keep buffing it. See, but overall, you can see here where they blend, it looks pretty good. So most people probably wouldn't even notice, except the people that know that you repainted this section. See, when you get the car wet, you can see the line where they blend. That's mostly because the black that I got, it's supposed to match cars really well, but it didn't. It's actually a lighter shade black than what the car is. So unless it's dry, you can see where the line is, where you blended them. So do some research if you're gonna do this, and try to get the right color paint for your car, the same exact shade, whether it's white or whatever, or black or blue or green or red. There's so many different shades of the colors. You want to make sure you get the right one for your car or truck. Alright, the car is dry. I went over it with the cloth and buffed it out a little bit, got rid of a bunch of the water spots. You can still see the transition line a little bit here where they blend together. So when the car is clean like this and not wet or anything, then you can barely notice it. But if you know what to look for, you can see it. But other than that, look at that shine. It looks really good. I think up here on the top, I'm gonna need to buff it some more. It's not the shiniest, but it still looks a lot better than it did before. And a lot cheaper than going to a paint shop. And that's how you can repaint and blend together a section on your car or truck that has faded paint from the sun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave a comment.